All right, how is it going, my magnificent sons of bitches? And I've decided to come back. I wanted to address the Alex Jones situation, anyways, but I figured I would go ahead and do a response video to TYT. Everybody knows my proclivities as it pertains to the TYT. If you are a subscriber of TYT, utterly you're not informed, you're misinformed, and you're wasting your time. There's no real intelligence that you can get off of such a network, and whenever you look at the hypocrisy of YouTube and these shills that still pretend like they have any real influence on the media, the sheer fact that you think that, yeah, this is real awe-inspiring and that people really follow this and take you seriously, well, you know, you got another thing coming because nobody really takes it seriously. Now, I'm going to go ahead and set the tone for this video, and then I'll go ahead and start into my response. It's 8 minutes. I'm going to try to make this as quick as I can. This is the second time that I've tried to do this video. Ultimately, the first one just came out a little too long, so I wanted to go ahead and redo it. So what we have here, right, is basically the mainstream media and the official narratives that is pushed out by the social engineers in the State Department. They're not having the same kind of effect and influence nationally as they used to. Why? Because they've lost a lot of traffic. Now, you know, you could sit there and say what you want to about, you know, well, you know, it's because of this and that, and they're really good at making excuses and moving goalposts, and to sit there and say, but I guarantee you, you know, you go ahead and look on Twitter right now, and you're going to see, even on this story, you may see about 500,000 interactions revolving, 500,000 at the most on Twitter interactions about Alex Jones, or anything else, whether it's Donald Trump or whatever the fuck they're talking about. They're not getting those millions and millions of interactions that they're used to and accustomed to. And I can totally see this whenever I look at the metrics all over all social media, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, whatever it is, those metrics are not there anymore. You're not getting the same kind of following. I think that I had this discussion on Stephen Rose's channel. You know, the potential audience is going to be bigger for you, particularly if you're doing anything, like if you're doing information stuff, you want to put that on BitChute, because it seems to be a little bit more, if you're doing investigating, documentary stuff, like that kind of stuff, particularly as far as it pertains against state media propaganda, then the best place to go ahead and upload those videos are on BitChute. I get a lot of views on BitChute. This video is probably going to end up being on BitChute, actually. And then, you know, whenever if you want to do something like fun, like, you know, kind of the same thing, media commentary, if you want to do it more of a, you know, podcast style of, you know, then Rumble is going to be your best platform. However, there's more potential growth on BitChute and Rumble than there is here on YouTube. And this is if you're an independent content creator. Yeah, you can create a lot of stock accounts, much like TYT has right now. This is why TYT's platform is just basically at an all-time low. Anybody who, you know, the smart money is always going to be on your Dave Rubins, your Glenn Greenwalds, your Jimmy Dores and whatnot, and we can see people like Tulsi Gabbard jumping off this platform. This is how crazy communist left that the left has gotten, and they're desperate right now. So they go ahead and make up these ridiculous stories where Alex Jones has to pay $1 billion to the Sandy hoax, and I'm still remaining to call it a Sandy hoax. This is what we call psychological operations. This is what we call social engineering, where they were trying to go ahead and they did the Aurora and the Arizona shootings and then the Sandy hoax, the Parklands, all of these staged mass casualty events, and the shills that go out there and say, well, Orlando, the Pulse nightclub, this Parkland, this and that, and all these, and they say that they're all done by an AR-15 and done by these white individuals that lived in the, you know, they don't understand that it makes them look less credible. The more that they try to exploit this and throw it in everybody's face, the more that the average everyday 9-to-5 worker that just wants to go ahead, come home, kick off his boots, and enjoy his, you know, TV programming without these people, then, you know, they don't care. We don't care. We don't like any of this bullshit. And so, you know, from the independent perspective and from the right-leaning perspective and from the libertarian perspective, these people have no credibility anymore. They don't have any of the flow. You know, you don't have any of that influence. anymore to go ahead and subjectively communicate anything. So this is why the Young Turks platform is absolutely abysmal right now. I guarantee you that you go ahead and look at their stuff, but I mean, you go ahead and look at Steven Crowder's stuff too, and you know, his stuff on YouTube isn't getting, but he's still out there on Rumble. He's on these various other sites where he can go ahead and still get some sort of audience to his name. TYT doesn't have that. TYT is just an extension of YouTube, and as fucking YouTube goes, so does TYT. And so they can't get any other fucking perspectives. They have no other perspectives. This is the only platform. And whenever you look at the community guidelines and how imbalanced it is for independent content creators, more independent, as I'm watching Hard Bastard on Rumble. I'm watching Dan Bongino on Rumble. I'll watch Steven Crowder on Rumble because I know I'm going to get more out of it. I know that they're not going to be censored and they're going to have more of a platform. There's more potential there of growth on Rumble than there is here on YouTube. And I'm just pointing it out. So I mean, you know, you have all these independent content creators that are being buried by the algorithms here on YouTube and whatnot. More people are going to be, you know, the people that come to YouTube, they're not in the market for your mainstream shit. That's why they're here on YouTube. They're here to see people like me. They're here to see people like Dark Horse. They're here to see people like WJ or Stephen Rose or D-Town or Simus and the TTC, Duke Bothers, Big Kev, Stephen Rose. These are the people that they're here to come and see. They're here to see everyday people going ahead, giving their expertise. They're not here listening to your cringy shit that you make up in the fucking State Department because, you know, effectively you live in a cul-de-sac and have very little fucking life experience. You know, you just can't communicate with anybody. You've been in a place of privilege and you really can't communicate with everyday people. And you think that, well, we'll go ahead and sell them this bill of goods, and everybody's thinking, no, absolutely fucking not. Because we understand, we're a little bit more tested. We understand how real life works. You people never had to go ahead and work for anything. You've been in these little institutions. You've been in either upper middle class, white suburbia, and you've never had to go out there and work hard and put in an honest day's work to get the fucking check that you've earned. So this is why they don't effectively communicate. So whenever you get some internet thought from Arizona trying to go ahead and lecture me about the state of the fucking economy, then I'm not going to take it seriously. You've gotten that from academia, and the shit has never worked, not even in fucking practice. So, anyways, they're trying to push this narrative that you need to be controlled, basically. And that's exactly what it is. This trial isn't against Alex Jones. It's against all of you. It's against us, the citizens. It's against anybody who wants to go ahead and stand up against any political narratives. So with that being said, I wanted to go ahead and set this template down. Let's go ahead and get into the video so I can go ahead and respond to the stupidity that is the Young Turks. And now the Waterworks is out there putting on this little show.
Future, $25 million. B, emotional distress damages, past and future, $30 million. Total, fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff David Wheeler and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems at Line A and Line B, $55 million, initials by juror 1.
With plaintiffs sobbing in the gallery, the clerk just read out loud the verdict in which the jury has decided compensatory damages Alex Jones has to pay to the parents of the Sandy Hook victims for both slander and for emotional distress. It's a good day in America.
Slander. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, everybody, you can't just fucking cherry pick Alex Jones because Alex Jones is the example. But fucking Alex Jones isn't the originator of people that were suspicious of fucking Sandy hoax. Everybody, there's like millions of motherfuckers out there doing videos. Probably before Alex Jones started to do his video, motherfuckers were stopping what they were doing immediately now. I did videos on Sandy hoax, but I didn't do them that fucking quick. But there were motherfuckers out there already all over this shit. Exposing the fucking coroner for laughing, exposing the Robbie Parkers for laughing, and the sheer fact that, you know, the fucking State Department, and all their fucking grand wisdom that is, or should I say their arrogance that is, went ahead and rolled these kids out in a super time performance just to flaunt it in front of people. And you're still going to call me a conspiracy theorist because of it. But, you know, that these kids right here, because they were much older than what they were in the picture, you know, but you had them out there in the Super Bowl halftime doing their little Sandy hoax tribute to themselves, being, it's absolutely the epitome of fucking the insanity that is the mainstream narrative in this country. And the sheer fact that the arrogance of the leftists and these communists and these people that went through these institutions and think that they're just, that all of you fucking, that we're all fucking nothing more than middle class lemmings, it's an insult to my intelligence. And it's an insult to a lot of people's intelligence, millions at least in this fucking country, that went out and did videos on this. So if you want to sit there and say that Alex Jones is the first one, no, Alex Jones already understood that there was a market out there, and he went ahead and accommodated that market. But he wasn't the first motherfucker to go ahead and start calling out these Sandy hoax motherfuckers. He wasn't the first one to sit there and start pointing out the discrepancies and these fucking interviews, and showing Robbie Parker out there laughing before he's taking podium and puts on the waterworks and puts on his tears. Those fucking videos were out there for fucking way before Alex Jones started to really take a position one way or the other. So you can't sit there and hold Alex Jones accountable for defamation of fucking characters whenever everybody was already skeptical of the goddamn thing anyways. That's just a fucking logical fallacy. This is why we don't allow Californians to go ahead and dictate the rules and laws, because they're not even competent enough to run their own states, much less effectively communicate any kind of pragmatism to the masses at large. Y'all write science fiction. That's what y'all do. And then y'all act out that science fiction. But to sit there and say that you're going to sit there and totally make up these stupid fucking storylines, particularly after you've already shut down the economy and used these storylines to affect every day-to-day lives, well, you're really putting yourselves in a very, very, very bad situation that, ultimately we need to address. Now, we see the cult of personality that is Donald Trump. We see that his 80 million strong is probably more influential than anything that the fucking left can gather at this fucking point. Not to mention that you've already lost your best candidate in Tulsi Gabbard. Now, YouTube can sit there and be fucking hypocrites with their community guidelines, and it doesn't matter. This video is going to be up on BitChute as well. It'll be on YouTube. It's going to be on Facebook, because I'm streaming it through StreamYard, but I'm also putting it on BitChute, so it doesn't matter. So it could be totally hypocritical, but I don't see any of the fucking support there for Joe Biden. At most, coming into this election, looking at the algorithms that I see here between Twitter, between Facebook, and between YouTube, the support that I see for Joe Biden personally, that I see, that I can actually see and attest to, is probably about 8 million people. Now, whenever I see the like to dislike ratios, which I can see the likes to dislike ratio in the stuff that he's promoting, and seeing the interactions, like I said, on Twitter, on all of these platforms and whatnot, his approval rating is probably at 10%. So if I was to take the voter base as a whole, I can maybe get you up to 15 to 20 million people, but not too much more than that. The overwhelming majority of the population absolutely hate everything about the Democrat Party. The overwhelming majority. And the sheer fact that you keep pushing, what good is a Democrat Party that doesn't have the majority on the side? Is it really the Democrat Party? Can you even call yourself a Democrat Party if you're consistently against the majority?
Okay. And for all of the alleged free speech absolutists who seem to only care about free speech when it comes to right-wingers like Alex Jones, who engage in speech that isn't even protected in our Constitution,
it is protected, specifically protected. And by the way, you dumb idiot, Alex Jones isn't going to jail. It's not a fucking crime for him to go out there and call out the exact fucking obvious. So it's not even really defamation of character whenever it's true. You know what I'm saying? Not more than like about about a month or two ago, they everybody was fucking, it was trending probably at only 34,000, because that's all it takes to trend anymore. But interactions and shit, Alex Jones was right. You have motherfuckers wearing Alex Jones was right shirts right now. So to think that this fucking joke and farce of a goddamn trial, which already passes, the statute of limitations is only 5 years. It's been 10 years since the Sandy hoax. Alright, it's been 10 years. Get over it already. Nobody's buying into your fucking shit. And certainly that this didn't put anybody's life at risk That's all fucking conjecture. That's you gaslighting, basically. He put their lives at risk. Everybody sees through your fucking gaslighting. Nobody respects you. That's all you fucking do. 24/7 on the goddamn media all day long. All you're doing is gaslighting motherfuckers. That's it. Oh, people had to move. He hurt people. What's that fucking Gavin Long or fucking one of those guys, whatever it is, Long, that fucking shot at, one of those guys that shot up the fucking Senator baseball games. I forget what his name. Then you have like Emilio Rogers or whatever his name is. All of these are TYT followers, by the way. They're all psychological operations, but they're your followers. Why doesn't YouTube hold the fucking TYT to the same standards? You see what I'm saying? You've already, like, TYT has already signed their name to the fucking hate and rhetoric that fucking TYT supports. You can go ahead and say that Dallas shooter, which I think may be the same guy, maybe one of them, that shot up a bunch of cops in Dallas, he was a TYT supporter. He was into the fucking propaganda and the rhetoric of the mainstream media. Us as Americans ought to be able to, if this is the case and this is the limitation, then everybody in the United States ought to be able to sue our mainstream media, particularly after the fucking commie cough rhetoric that you've went ahead and run. Anybody who fucking lost their job due to fucking the VAXX mandates should be able to fully press charges on any and every mainstream media outlet because we've lost our jobs, we've been discriminating against, and it's the same defamation that you're putting on Alex Jones, basically. This is by your own fucking standard. And you're saying that, oh, it's not... Yeah, it's legal. It's legal for a price, apparently. It's legal for $1 billion, is according... But it's not illegal. You see what I'm saying? He's still not paying for it as a crime.
Say good day.
And I don't
Bye-bye.
care.
You have no argument. This is not protected speech. Terrorizing...
Just like you have no argument for fucking abortion. You have no fucking argument. You have zero fucking arguments. After you went ahead and pushed a mandate, you go ahead and do your little fucking mental breakdown of, oh, abortion should be legal, and you people couldn't be bothered to put a mask on your fucking face. And my battery's getting low. But, this is exactly what the fuck it is. This shows you the hypocrisy. It's just nothing but a fucking double standard from you motherfuckers. So why would we want to go ahead and give you any kind of position of power and give you any kind of influence over our lives day to day? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying?
Parents who lost their children in a tragedy and a mass shooting using defamatory statements against them, not protected speech. And here's another piece of proof to give you to make that point. Now, how much will he pay in total? Well, the jury ordered InfoWars founder Alex Jones to pay $965 million in damages to the families of 8 victims of the Sandy Hook shooting for the suffering caused by years of lies that the massacre was a hoax. If you have...
And it's been 10 years, all right? The years of lies that Sandy Hook was a hoax. Nobody cares about... Nobody's out there talking about... Do you think people are over there at the fucking... Oh, yeah, are you one of them Sandy Hoax people? Absolutely fucking not. Nobody gives a shit about Sandy Hoax. Nobody cares. The only reason that you're even talking about it and you're trying to make it a big issue is because you know you're going to get your ass kicked in the fucking primaries. Nobody respects anybody. DC's probably panicking right now as it pertains to any kind of, influence that they could even potentially have. They've probably lost a lot of fucking influence right now as it pertains to the masses, and they're trying to go ahead and give everybody the idea that, oh yeah, we're still about truth and justice. Nobody gives a fuck. You're only going to get, like I said, this video only has about 104,000, but you go ahead and look at the other videos in TYT and you can see a drop in their views. YouTube doesn't have the same kind of fucking reach that it used to. More people are going to Rumble. There's more people uploading on Rumble. Rumble seems to be the destination for a lot of people that are independent, that want to do entertainment commentaries and shit like that. And, there's no fucking growth going on with YouTube right now. It's maxed out. And sure, pushing this fucking propagandist type bullshit is going to drive people off. It's going to drive people to BitChute to look for the information. The information is going to be more solid on BitChute than it is on YouTube. And it's going to drive more people to Rumble to do more entertainment and commentary shit. Period. And you're going to have more potential growth. You're going to have more potential of an audience on those two platforms. There's more potential growth than there is here on YouTube. They're going to sit there and put your shit down, and they're going to put up they're going to put up mainstream bullshit on this fucking site. So ultimately, if you're an independent content creator, why wouldn't you go to why wouldn't you go to Rumble? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you go to BitChute? So, you know, what Anna Kasparian's trying to sit there and say, and she looks like a complete fucking hypocrite, and I had to wrap this video up because I'm losing power on my phone. But what she's essentially trying to say is that, oh, well, this is a defamation lawsuit and she should be held accountable. At the same time, she doesn't sit there and hold herself accountable for Kyle Rittenhouse, for Nick Sandberg, and various other people. That is still a psychological operation on their side, but TYT shouldn't be held accountable. Technically, Kyle Rittenhouse should not only sue TYT, but he should sue YouTube for holding them up as their primary source of fucking news and information, promoting them so hard. Yeah, YouTube is at fault with their damn algorithms, with their damn community guidelines. You know, I can't make a video defending fucking Kyle Rittenhouse. However, fucking Anna can go ahead and say, he crossed state lines! He crossed state lines! He's a killer! He killed people of color! Which none of them were colored. None of them were people of color. You know what I'm saying? But she can go ahead and say the ridiculous shit. This means that YouTube has drawn their line in the sand. They've decided to go ahead and, instead of accommodating the people who put in time and put in, the research and, develop a quality product to go ahead and put on their fucking platform, no, they would rather go ahead and sit there and, say, well, you shouldn't be allowed to have a voice on this platform. But Anna Kasparian, and, like I said, whenever you take a look at all these people, all of these shooters, in these various perspectives and stuff, most of them, technically, a lot of them in these psychological operations were totally influenced by TYT. They were TYT members, as a matter of fact. Some of them were. Some of them were very closely connected to these people. However, there's never, ever any kind of fucking repercussions for TYT whenever they slander your local law enforcements, whenever they end up slandering any kind of Donald Trump supporters and whatnot, and encouraging violence and hate against their people, saying that their people need to get... And there's videos of Anna doing exactly just that in her own fucking commentary. No, these people are never held accountable, but they want to hold you as an independent content creator accountable. They want to hold Alex Jones accountable for disagreeing with the narrative. And like I said, it is a big fucking scam. It's a big fucking smokescreen. It's fucking not a real story. However, it's not, like I said, the trial isn't against Alex Jones, it's against all of us. As people, oh, well, see what happened to Alex Jones? Alex Jones represents the United States in this fucking... what you would call propaganda, psychological operation bullshit. They want to assume that they have this kind of fucking authority. This is all that Trans-Pacific Partnership that Obama was trying to pass. So this is what they're trying to push for. So, yeah, this is exactly what it is. They've made Alex Jones a martyr. And, whether I like Alex Jones or whether I don't like Alex Jones, whether me and Alex Jones had a disagreement and a falling out over the fucking Ebola bullshit that you were trying to push in 2014, that doesn't really fucking matter. The sheer fact is that you're still you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is why California shouldn't have the influence that it has right now on society. This is why these internet companies that are run out of Silicon Valley, ultimately being run by a left-wing communist fucking outlook on society, they should be monitored, and maybe eventually the trust in California and Silicon Valley should be broken up, and maybe we should be getting these companies to move at other fucking locations where we can get more pragmatism on the internet and have more of a non-biased opinion going ahead and influencing in what content should be, allowed and not allowed on here. We can't trust you anymore. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I'm going to go ahead and load this up on my Facebook and my YouTube, but I'm also going to try and put this up on my BitChute. So you people in the comment sections, tell me what you think. You like, sub, do the shit YouTube, Facebook, BitChute, wherever you're seeing this on tells me to do to get over. And for now, I'm out.